Hello, this is Greg Ford here, introducing extremely rare, just discovered, behind-the-scenes audio pertaining to the making of Good Will to Men. Now, the film Good Will to Men is Hanna-Barbera's definitely less edgy, graphically flatter, and all-around safer CinemaScope remake of Hugh Harman's groundbreaking cartoon, Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth was Oscar-nominated, and this picture was Oscar-nominated, so lightning struck twice for this particular story. And you know, H&B does add a few new twists. First, we'll hear an actual cut of one of the children's vocal choruses in the film. And now it's not going to sync with the image exactly, so just try to enjoy this newly retrieved sound cue for its own sake on its own level. Here we go.
Take 3.
I'd like to give credit where credit is due here. These remarkable audio finds didn't come from the usual suspects, but were discovered by record producer Daniel Goldmark and co-producer Lucas Kendall of Film Score Monthly. And they dug up these artifacts in the course of researching material for their wonderful 2-disc CD of Scott Radley music called Tom and Jerry and Tex Avery 2, released through Turner Classic Movies Music, or TCM Music, I guess. Now, next, here's another one of those kids' choruses.
Take 4.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the Lord our King. Peace on earth, goodwill to men, peace on earth shall reign again. Joyful all ye creatures be, he at last the world did free. To the world he did restore, peace on earth forevermore. Hark our praise we sing again, peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Further proving that you never know what you're going to find in the vaults, what follows is a dialogue session from Good Will to Men where somebody's trying to coax line readings out of the child actors, and I don't know how many of the takes made it into the final soundtrack, 1 or 2 maybe, but it's being able to eavesdrop on this process that's amazing. And could the adult coaching the kids be the one and only Dawes Butler, voice of Huckleberry Hound, at all? I'm not playing naive here, I just don't know. It sounds like him, but there's no research or paperwork on this, so, you know, it's the price you pay for the privilege of hearing raw, unedited audio clips straight from the archives.
Take 1.
Who didn't practice what they preached?
Who didn't practice what they preached?
Men? What are men?
Men? What are men? Yeah, what are they?
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world.
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world. Gosh, me too.
Now, can you take it again and pitch your voice up a little higher? Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world.
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world. Gosh, me too.
That's sounding a lot better, isn't it? All right, now you come. And then what?
And then what?
Shall we take that whole thing again? Now let's take it. Keep your voice up high like you did on that one line, and keep this same enthusiasm in it that you have here. Who didn't practice what they preached?
Who didn't practice what they preached?
One more.
Who didn't practice what they preached?
Does his voice drop too low? take it one more like you did that last time.
Who didn't practice what they preached?
Men? What are men?
Men? What are men? Yeah, what are they?
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world.
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world. Gosh, me too.
And then what?
And then what?
Now reverse them once more.
Okay, now we're
I don't
gonna
know whether
make
we
the
got that
switch.
film.
Okay,
Start right.
okay, go ahead. Who didn't practice what they preached?
Who didn't practice what they preached?
Men? What are men?
Men? What are men? Yeah, what are they?
Gee, I'm sure glad.
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world. Gosh, me too.
And then what?
And then what?
Let's try that again. And then what?
And then what?
You like them? Okay, we'll take that.
2003, take
We'll
one.
take it.
Those of us that were left gathered in the ruins of a church.
You know, some of those war graphics that just flew by there are rather startling. Sadly, history gave Hanna-Barbera the opportunity to pictorialize staggering technological advancements in warfare just in the 16 years since Harmon made the original. And in terms of story, with those shots of the stealth bomber, guided missiles, that Arlington National Cemetery with the markers stretching off into eternity, and that cautionary vision of the use of nuclear weaponry, H&B were a little ahead of the curve on this, subject matter-wise. Let's face it. I mean, this was years before the screen adaptations of On the Beach and Failsafe, so let's give them a thumbs up. But a lot of the rest of it plays out as too didactic for me. One of the problems is that the animals who take over after the humans are wiped out aren't even slightly animal-like. I mean, these mice characters are simply flat, little, cute human surrogates, so no big changes occurred, you see. They lack that primordial, meek inheriting the earth quality of the creatures from Peace on Earth. And it's completely institutional. It feels parent-sanctioned, you know. Not that different from what came before and caused all this mess in the first place. I mean, these rodents are well-behaved, disciplined, and quiet as church mice. And, of course, they are church mice, so I guess I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is Greg Ford going out over a reprise of a selection from the Mouse Hymnal.
Hark the